The newest addition to the Processors channel, Meat and Poultry Perspectives, is the latest video series produced by Meat and Poultry Magazine. In each bi-weekly segment, we'll bring online subscribers video-based exclusive interviews with industry icons and subject matter experts. This segment is brought to you by Aerosite, the meat processing industry's leading supplier of remote video auditing software and services. Now listen as Dr. Grandin discusses some of the hottest trends and technologies in the animal welfare arena.
There's a lot of alternatives to gestation stalls. One of the problems you get with gestation stalls is degree of confinement that consumers are not going to accept. Gail Golab from the AVMA, the American Veterinary Medical Association, kind of summarized up the public's concerns very nicely. She calls it boxes. And people don't like it when animals are put in little boxes. She says, number two, people don't like it when you cut bits and pieces off without pain relief. And then the other big concern is, how do we euthanize, how do we slaughter when they die? Those are three really big concerns. And keeping an animal in a stall where it can't turn around for most of its life is a degree of confinement that 2/3 of the public are just not going to accept. That's one of the reasons why some of these referendums passed. That's also shown up on all the different surveys that have been done on it, including a survey I did years ago on the airlines showing people pictures of sow stalls. And as soon as they found out that they couldn't turn around, people did not like that. And that's something we have to change. And there's a lot of alternatives. Also, don't mix up gestation stalls with farrowing stall where the sow has her babies. They are two totally separate things. The gestation stall is where the pregnant sow lives. Farrowing stall, she's in there for 3 weeks when she has the babies. And when the babies are very young, lots of times you want to prevent the sow from turning around and squashing the babies. And that's much more defensible. And there's a lot of alternatives. There's three basic systems you can go with. You can go with what they call free stalls, where the sow can go in and out of the stall. She can even lock herself in when she wants to. That's a common system in Europe. It's a much more expensive system. Another system you can go with, and it works a lot more cheaply, is 5 sow pens. And you can even keep the existing feeders that come with the sow stalls. This is a really good way for retrofitting. So existing drop feeders you can keep, unless they're really old. And you basically have a little short partition in like this, about this long, in between their heads, so when they're eating they don't tend to fight. And Smithfield's been using that. I visited one of those farms. It's working well. You are going to have to change genetics. There are certain genetic lines of sows that just fight like gangbusters. Those girls don't get along. You need not be using that genetics. And your third system is electronic sow feeders, where each sow has a tag in her ear. That's on an electronic key that will open up the feeder for her. And she can go up and eat whenever she wants. And the electronic sow feeder and the 5-pig pen are actually cheaper to build than stalls would be because of the pounds of steel. European free stalls, they're going to cost, they're really expensive, but the other two systems, new construction, might be less to build. Now you are going to have to build more space, but you're going to get some savings on steel fabrication costs. So which system works for you? Well, if you like computers, then you're going to like electronic feeders. If you hate computers, then that would not be the system for you. You know, different things for different folks, but all three of those systems work, and I'm not going to say which one I think is the best. It's different strokes for different folks, and there are alternatives. Now, one of the ways to keep costs down is that you put these systems in when other equipment wears out. You know, so you're not asking people to just go in and tear out brand new equipment. That would get horribly expensive.